Ope, you'll need to switch full teams to no. And view mode to first person. Yeah. Alright, I can go with that. Really weird how sometimes it will let me ping announcements and sometimes it will freak out about it. Yeah, that's better than what you were thinking of, or better than what I was thinking of. There we are. Both teams have someone in here.
Hello everyone, my name is 07th Zane. Joining me this week is Ralphie No Pants.
Hello, everyone.
I'm from 2D20. Ralphie, what unit are you from?
Or do we need to
Uh,
switch full teams
well,
to no? I'm from the BPL, although this tournament we're calling ourselves the 69th Falcons Irregulars Turquinas Cloaca.
And this is the Div A match. Fidelis Machina versus V1LE. Fidelis Machina, of course, in first place with 89 points. V1LE bringing in third with 68. Both teams are ready for the trial mechs. Let's go.
Here we are. Yeah, this is, the match where the least amount of thinking going into your deck happens. It's the trial mechs, much better this year than they were last year. Now that they all have skill points on them. And this time it is Mistlinks, which have a mix of machine guns and some small lasers.
Yeah, the mix of machine guns has been kind of throwing some of the pilots, I find.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Yeah, they're all slightly different ranges.
Well, that and the ammo for, I believe, the heavy machine guns is quite low.
Yeah. Every time I've scrimmed this, I have run out of heavy machine gun ammo.
As both teams just start poking up here. JP Django getting the initial burn.
Yep, popping up top of the low box there.
Yeah, looks like both teams deciding to fight just on the roof here.
Yeah. Rick Rum going up there trying to give hugs, getting knocked back down.
Honestly, fairly even trades. Look like Rick Rum. Oh, he's open legs now. JP Django. Yeah, he's taken one. And taking the other.
Yeah, looks like Django was doing his best to prevent Rick Rum from jumping up there. Getting up with him.
Almost akin to edge guarding.
Yeah. And JP Django there with Fidelis taking that first win. Yeah, Test A, not a very textured map. But still a very fun one. A friend of mine was showing a friend of his this game for the first time. And the first thing they saw was like a comp match on Test A. And they were very confused as to where all the graphics were.
I've said before, I think Test A, to me, visually, it reminds me of the very old MechWarrior games where you could play it all in, like, wireframe paper doll mode.
Yeah, where you could, very easy... very easy to look at, good to see.
Yeah. You could also see the damage quite easily because, like, as you damage the component, it would literally turn that color.
Yeah. It lets you do some neat things.
So both teams, now we're moving into the 2v2s. This particular one is, I believe, any medium and any light.
Yes. Medium and light on Boreal Reach.
So the theoretical max tonnage is 80, I think? 35 plus 55?
90.
90.
55 and 35. 90. I usually don't do math unless I'm getting paid for it, but I'll make an exception today.
In the lower divs, we've seen a lot of, like a lot of the Warthogs, a lot of Vapor Eagles. I imagine that's something similar to what we're going to see. We've also seen the Team 1 side taking the roof of their bunker and using it as a sort of a Daka turret point. Apparently it gives significantly better sight lines than the Team 1 side.
Yeah. Yeah, one side is better than the other. You can set up a position from both sides, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Team 1 side that is significantly better. Team 1 locking in at that 80 tons. So if they brought a full medium, that means they've got a Mist Lynx as the buddy, because I don't think there's another 25-ton clan light.
No, Mist Lynx is the only 25-ton. There's also the potential, though, of a 45-tonner. Like, we could see a Adder and a Shadowcat.
Yeah. It looks like they're both... Well, we'll see what Navid and Brower decide to do. If they stay at 80 or if they're going to go up the other 10 tons. No, they're gonna keep it.
Mm-hmm. Right, both teams ready to go. Hitting that launch button.
There we go.
Now, given that it's a 2v2, my gut says it's like the team that shoots first is probably going to have the damage advantage.
I mean, I'll put it down to focus fires a lot too. So I'm looking here at the blue team, and I am seeing the Adder Warthog that we expected, and also that Loyalty Ice Ferret, the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. And then from Fidelis, we have Navid in the Warthog, and Bauer in the Shadowcat P. Builds incoming as a plasma cannon shot catches Chimera.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm guessing he just went up there to get to draw some fire to see what's going on, because his build is 2 heavy machine guns and 10 micropulse.
So we have a Proto 8 and 13 AP cost coming up from Navid, and plasma cannons and AP cost coming up from Bauer, so very poke heavy. As you see Chimera catching the worst of it.
Yeah. Well, Chimera's got to get in there close and give hugs if he wants to be effective.
Yeah, Navid looking like the called target. Oh, they take a leg. Or sorry, take an arm.
Yeah.
Combine that with an open CT, they just drill him out. Bauer's the called target now. Chimera rotating around. His CT is open.
He takes out Chimera to get on the board.
Yeah, Shadowcat versus Adder. The Adder is legged. The Shadowcat has an open leg.
The Adder is legged and getting smoke dropped on him. Looks like he took a couple of hits from there. Bowser's got to guard that rear torso.
Yeah.
But then again, it looks like Brower might just be trying to play the range.
I mean, when you have plasma cannons to your opponents, admittedly he's got a Proto Gauss, or a Proto Autocannon. But the Shadowcat really wants to be playing a range game here.
Yeah.
And given that Bowser's leg, we'll probably just see the Shadowcat pick him off. Oh, but Bauer's leg too. And CT out.
Yeah.
Very nicely done, Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser did a good job of presenting the already broken leg when he saw the Pop-Tart coming up. Yeah.
457 damage in that adder.
Yeah, 457 in that one. Brower got 345 out of his Shadow Cat. Yeah. I didn't expect that Ice Ferret.
Oh, did you do the swaps already?
Oh, I have not swapped in the sheet yet. Nope.
Okay. So it should be Chimera and MechWarrior on this side. Yeah, that looks right? No, I want the other way around. So that's 2 points apiece as we go into the third duel. So we're back onto test A. It's assault and a medium. Yes, assault and medium.
Let's see here. Just want to make sure. It's always a little strange when the teams don't keep... don't have the matching tags, but...
We're looking at 140 to 155 tons, probably. Expecting to see a lot of stone rhinos and vapor eagles, again, huntsmen. Test A is big, so I feel like that sort of 500 to 700 meter taka is where teams are going to want to be.
Yeah. I mean, this map, you can do a lot of range trade if you want.
Yeah. Jiffy and Monkeyatsu coming in for Fidelis Machina at 145 tons. That's going to be a stone rhino and a shadow cat.
Yeah, almost assuredly. They are locking in here.
Lizzie and MechWarrior 414712. Waiting to pick their mechs.
Taking a moment. 5 tons in this isn't a big difference.
No. The thing is, there was like, what 40-ton clan mechs could we be looking at? Assuming we're dealing with a 100-tonner?
Probably a Viper or an Arctic Wolf.
Yeah. There is also the possibility that they're looking at an Executioner.
That is true as well, yeah. The 95 tonners are always just in such a strange spot.
At least in the duels, if you want to, like, if you're gonna speed brawl, I think it's the one to go with.
Oh, the Executioner? Yeah.
Like, sure, there's the Spirit Bear. I don't think the Spirit Bear is actually that good.
No, the Spirit Bear has disappointed me a number of times. Even after I painted pink barriers and gave it a hot dog decal, it's still just not doing the work I expected out of it. But this is a map here where, you know, the spawns actually matter again.
Not something we're used to seeing for the 2v2, because a lot of the maps are on the old Stellaris, or, yeah, the old, not Stellaris.
Yeah, the old Solaris maps, yeah.
Yeah, where you had the elevators riding up, and as Lizzie locks up, We are into the second 2v2.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go find the red team.
And for Monk Gyatso, we have a Direwolf Ultraviolet running 4 Ultra 2s and 4 2s, and then Jiffy in a Shadowcat Mishipishu with 5 AP Gauss and 3 Plasma Cannon.
Lizzie is in an XE Prime, 3 ERPPCs, 10 micros, and Mr. Numbers is Shadowcat, 6 AP Gauss, 3 Plasma Cannons.
There has been a debate in chat whether you should go with 5 or 6 AP Gauss. Seems that 5 is the more popular build. I'm going to have to try this one. I haven't played around with it myself.
Yeah.
As both teams scouting each other out here, but Jiffy catches a PPC round. Or Plasma Cannon.
Yeah. All right, Lizzie taking advantage of the Executioner's jump to get up high. But taking some fire.
When you check the score when we get a minute, it should be 2 and 2. It's 1
Yep.
and 4 right now.
Yep, I got it fixed. I noticed after a minute I was doing it wrong.
The Direwolf taking a lot of damage as it tries to trade in here. Meanwhile, Lizzie and MechWarrior 414 pretty much fresh. Definitely winning their trades with Jiffy and Monkiatsu.
Numbers here just getting, a 6% advantage. Not much, but they're both poking around the side. And there's smoke down there by Monkiatsu as well, or Gyatso.
You can see that they're disengaging really, really well, trying to stay out of that Direwolf sort of range, I guess. Well, not literally range, because, it's AC2s.
Yeah. But, working on keeping things in the way. Taking advantage of the fact that they have jump jets and can do the Pop-Tarting.
Yeah, and while Monkiatsu hasn't been opened up anywhere, as Jiffy has, he's taking a lot of armor damage. Meanwhile, in the Shadowcat brawl.
Yeah. Jiffy's got his CT open.
MechWarrior Prime should be able, or MechWarrior Prime, yeah, let's call him that. I'm pretty sure that's a prime number. Should be able to clean him up.
No, it can't be a prime number. It ends in 2.
Right. But yeah, Monkiatsu taking a lot of damage as they try to chase down Lizzie.
Yeah.
Still fully armored, but definitely feeling it.
Lizzie's coming up there. Soon they'll be able to use the...
Monkiatsu has lost a torso.
Yeah. Lizzie pulling a piece off of Jiffy, too, it looks like.
25% of the enemies are
Jiffy goes
eliminated.
down.
We're taking
Looks like he
critical
lost a
losses.
torso
We
as
need you
well.
to pull through.
Yep. And here's where Lizzie's going to come through and put all those ER micros to use.
Come in.
Yeah.
Control to
Yeah.
Can anyone read?
Very, very clean disengage from Vile there.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so
Like I said, clean disengage. Very, very clean. They held both of Fidelis Machina to under 200 damage.
yeah. So the 2 from Fidelis go down. And Vinyl picks up another 2 points from the drop specifically. And with that, they've gotten 2 of the 2v2s, so they pick up the match point for that as well.
Yep. And we're off to Ruby. Where is it?
Good old Rubelite. Then let's see here. And then you swap the sides already?
Yes. We should have Vile on Team 1 and Fidelis Machina on Team 2.
Yep. Here we go. Ooh. The neighbors are setting off fireworks already. Sorry if any of you heard some of that.
Clearly it's for Canada Day. Which isn't actually for another 2 days.
I was gonna say, I thought that was the second.
That's the first.
Or the oh, it is only the 29th. You're right, you're right, you're right. Yeah. You know, it's just one of the most shared national holidays around the world.
Mm-hmm. So as we get into drop 2, we're seeing 200 tons on the Rubelite Oasis. Rubelite Oasis.
Yeah. This is a tonnage where I would expect to see a lot of brawling.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of push, probably in the small caliber ballistics too, just because of the oppressive heat of this map.
We have seen historically Arctic Wolves used to great effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, SRMs too.
Yeah.
But energy builds have struggled on this map in all the matches I've seen so far.
Yeah, and worth noting, our active point is Epsilon, which is down in Hotel 5. So very bottom of the map for where the teams will be spawning in. Actually, as we wait for the teams to get ready, let's... Map tactics!
Woohoo! Alrighty. So I've marked Epsilon already there in the red circle as the valid map.
From the Team 1 side, you kind of have two routes. Most of the teams I've seen have gone basically straight through the low ground into Epsi, and have then tried to receive the push at the cap itself. Although you could possibly set up Fox 4 or Fox 5 and try to play some sort of range game.
Mm-hmm.
From the Team 2 side, you have kind of two options. One option is to go all the way down along the bottom here, and then push into Epsilon. Or you can play the razzle-dazzle a little bit and go kind of down the center, and then through down Gulf 5, sort of down the 5 line. We did see in the Div I match a team go all the way around the pillar at sort of Gulf 6, realize it would have been a terrible engage, then go back around and push down the left-hand side of Gulf 6.
Yep. And Team 2 has some options to get up into the higher ground as well.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Chimera has locked up. So Team 1 is locked up at 200 tons, kind of as we expected. Dropping Alf Bravo Charlie from the Team 1 side, so no real mind games to be played there.
No. No real tricks. There we are.
Yeah.
Getting things ready here.
I do wonder if we're going to see maybe more laser vomit like, I get the heat makes it kind of oppressive, but lasers are one of those weapons that the better a player you are, the more effective they are, just because you're better able to track and hold the entire burn of the laser on one target.
Yeah.
And I have absolutely seen these players do some really gross things with ER large lasers. I remember one time in ISC, we got large lasered on the light drop once. Do you know how good at tracking you have to be to get the entire burn of an an inner sphere ER large laser into a light mech's leg?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Oh, teams are locked up. Let's head into match.
Team 2 taking the Alpha Charlie split, which makes me wonder if they've got a variance in the mech speeds.
They are also dropping 5 tons light.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me.
Yeah, this is one of those drops where you'd think you'd want every piece of armor you can get. I'll head over to Sigma and wait for Team 2 so we can report in on what they've done.
Standing by on the Team 1 side by Gamma.
Just trying to make sure I stay below the clouds so I can actually see what's happening.
So it looks like we have 2 Shadowcats, 2 Vipers, and an Incubus coming out for V1LE. I'll get those builds in just a moment.
Over here I've got 4 Vipers. They're all the Foxtrot variety. And 1 Jenner 2C. 2.
So Mech Warrior 414 has 4 machine guns, 4 heavy machine guns, and 3 heavy smalls. Bowser in the Shadowcat D has light machine guns and beam lasers. I think we might see the same build on that Incubus.
Okay. Yeah, that's been a...
Nope. 3 machine guns, 2 flamers, and 3 SRM6s. Chimera is in the Shadowcat running 7 light machine guns and 2 beam lasers, and then Lizzie finally in the Shadowcats, or the Viper C, running heavy machine guns and micro balls.
So Kraz is that Jenner pilot there, and the Jenner's why they're under tonnage, and that's the 4 heavy medium laser build. Taking a look at these Vipers here.
Catching a bit of the beam laser.
Yeah. Brower's got ER Meads and light machine guns. Navid also, yep, they put in the bigger lasers. They put in the ER mediums in these Vipers. Most teams I've seen so far have put in the micros or smalls.
So V1LE taking the cap point and sort of falling back, you can see the beam lasers no longer on the high ground. I guess they were worried about getting caught out by the Viper Jenner build, or the Viper Jenner deck, which is sort of fishing around trying to find an angle into this point. There's a UAV just over the ramp here on the 3 side, as it looks like the Jiffy and Bauer are kind of sniffing around.
I'm just trying to find out how that receive is set up and which side is probably better to go at. Brower taking a bit of beam laser.
Yeah,
Kraz doing the same.
Still very much in the realm of scratch damage. Nobody's under 90%.
Yeah.
Kronowski takes a whole bunch of beams here, charging in on that Jenner.
Like they're moving up.
Already started coming down, but it looks like they're just going to try to send it. pushing through. Perhaps in the lead. Bowser the called target. But that Shadow Cat able to disengage.
Django trying to come around the corner there, but he got spotted. He and Navid are getting pushed back to the rest.
Yeah,
Yep, just the two on that corner, and Salith, Leslie. Yep, they've got three chasing him, and Beamer's coming from all the way across. Navid, the called target. Yep, and down he goes.
Wiped out.
Jiffy separated from the rest, but coming back around, using the terrain to find his friends again.
Those beam lasers doing very, very good work. As Panofsky takes a lot of damage there.
And Kraz down to just under 60%. It's all armor damage. It doesn't look like he's got anything actually, any components actually open.
Yeah, this tonnage though, that armor matters.
Yeah. Yeah, once that's gone, he doesn't have much structure to use afterwards.
It looks like V1LE has just pulled right back.
Yeah.
I also just do want to highlight the UAV here that's under the screen. That's spotting basically the entirety of Fidelis Machina. Oh, Panofsky.
Yep.
Taken out by those beam lasers, Jiffy's going to be the call target. He's going to get basically all five of V1LE diving in on him. That's one leg gone. Down he goes.
Yep.
Django is sniffing around, as is Bauer, but 5v2. They're really going to have to put on their hero pants.
Gross pants. But yeah, Brower getting out there trying to catch.
Oh, Django caught out. Django's got two on him. Bauer gets taken out by the remaining three. Chimera cleans it out.
Yeah, there we go. It looks like they were trying to get... Yeah, one of those Vipers was lagged. Oh, what was his name before he was numbers? Is it Kong? Oof, my memory is...
Is that actually our dear lord, the potato bow?
No. Not level.
Just before we do that, Bowser and Chimera, 413, 445 damage out of those beam lasers respectively.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of the beamers in the lower divs, and I think that's a mistake, honestly.
So we tried.
They are...
And frankly, you know that point I said earlier about the better you are at this game, the better lasers are?
Yeah.
I think that was just an object lesson in that statement.
Yeah. No, and especially with the beamers. You know, if you can hold that target, you can get a lot done.
Okay, the teams are swapped.
All right.
We're up to my favorite tonnage of this tournament, the 275. Just because I think it's a sweet point where pretty much every strategy you could think of is viable.
Yeah, I've seen speed brawl, long range. A couple weeks ago, I saw a team run a deck based around ATM summoners at this tonnage. That was an adventure. You know, lots of things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
One team's already burned all their Vipers.
Yeah. And
so we'll see what they decide to do.
2 and 2 from V1LE as well. Oh, and Fidelis Machina is locked up at 265, so 10 tons light again. Going for a Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, on Team 1 side, that doesn't matter too much. Bravo Charlie are the ones closest to the cap point, but the distance isn't very big. Team 2, the spawns mean a bit more there.
Yeah.
With Alpha being an entire grid square away from the other two. So if they're going to leave someone down here in Charlie, and it looks like they're going to leave Bowser there as of right now, I would guess that he might be trying to go high for some sort of an overwatch, and whether that's scouting or long range, we'll find out once we see what sort of build he's in.
Yeah.
That would be my first thought.
Leaving it in the Charlie Lance to get the high ground to get the potential early scouts.
Yeah. Maybe even some snipes.
I mean, we saw how effective beams can be.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody likes getting hit by beamers. Almost all of Vile ready to go. Oh. Looks like they're checking one last thing here.
Teams do have up to 5 minutes from the out4 calling locked, which is way longer than you'd think it would be.
On the other hand, as a team lead, sometimes it doesn't feel like quite enough.
Although, honestly, if I'm Vile, I think I would want to keep the momentum going and just, run it back as soon as you can.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it looks like Bowser's readied up, but Chimera's dropped. There we go. I see them now pushing not ready to be ready.
Calling locked, 270 tons. Let's get into match.
Yeah.
So Vile with an early lead at 11 points going into the mid-drop.
Alrighty. Yeah, Vile working hard trying to catch up. They can't get a perfect score anymore. But they can still make significant progress, yeah. Because if they pull... Yeah, because if Vile would have pulled 30 points out of this, they would have been just one short of Fidelis Machina at the beginning.
Yeah. One thing I have noticed looking at the scores for Deve, it feels like a very... not binary, like when a stomp happens, or when a match happens, it tends to end in what we would consider a stomp, like 5-0, 5-2. Now those matches could have been very close. As we spawn in here, quad Black Lantern coming out from Fidelis Machina here.
And over here on Vile, I am seeing refrigerators, ice ferrets, 4 of them, and a Mad Cat 2. That Mad Cat pulling up 2 Gauss, 3 ER large.
So it's all small pulse and ER micros. Laser brawl.
Yeah, let me take a look at some of these ferrets. See what they're doing. Heavy machine guns, micro pulse, heavy machine gun, micro pulse. Yeah, they're all the loyalty ferrets or the store version of them. So lots of ferret brawl over here. And then one big mech to support.
Oh, Bowser may be in trouble here.
Yeah, Bowser getting rushed by those lanners.
Dipping and weaving as well as he can, trying to... Oh, he could draw them back into all 5 of V1LE.
Yeah, trying to find his friends. And here we go. It's going to be a question of, yep,
Bowser goes down, but Karnofsky's legged and taken out in the back of the fight.
Karnofsky's gone. Yep, looks like they're trying to focus that Chimera in the Mad Cat there.
Yeah, and now he's the cult target. Chimera goes down. Nauvis gets legged for it, and he goes down. We're 3v3.
Yeah, it's just the ferrets.
Mount Gatso the cult target for V1LE. Looks like Lizzie is the cult target for Fidelis Machina as Mount Gatso goes down.
Yep.
V1LE with some really, really nice brawling here. This Bauer is the cult target.
Yeah, very good, very focused. They're all staying together quite well. Yeah.
Bauer gets legged. Other leg goes
Lizzie's
down.
down. Yep.
Lizzie gets back shot out. But it's Caliph and Mr. Numbers against a fresh JP Django. But nobody's all that scratched up. Oh, is that flamers I see from Caliph?
Oh, yeah. I think that's a pair of them. Yep, a pair of flamers. A good map to use them on, especially if you expect the enemy to be running lasers.
Yeah. No, I love them in general for these sort of brawl pushes. As Django goes down, gets lagged.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Salith is going to go find a cap point. And our good friend, Mr. Numbers here, he was legged as well.
Very, very nice fight. I wasn't expecting the Mad Cat.
No. No. The Black Lantern was something I was expecting to see at some point. The Ice Ferrets are a bit of a surprise to me. Bowser being held to only 26 damage in his. Everyone else on the team in either 200 or 300s. Django at 345.
Swapping teams.
Being the star there.
And now we're off to Canyon Network.
Mm-hmm. To the south of France or the north of Spain, apparently.
Mm-hmm. So we're up to 375 for the tonnages. I'm expecting 4 summoners, because I'm expecting at least one of these teams to decide to say, fuck it, let's just play 4 summoners.
Yeah, 4 summoner push. You can do that SRMs. You could do DACA summoners too.
Now pure SRM, 6s and 2s.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Canyon Network being one of those maps where the spawns aren't going to tell you much of anything again, with everyone being so close to each other.
Yeah. So from the Team 1 side, you have a couple, especially if you decide to do the summoners, there's a couple of sort of canyons you can take where you push up either the 4-line or the 3-line. You also have the option of pushing, basically just pushing the map edge and playing sort of a DACA game. From the Team 2 side, you have a lot of excellent locations to do range receive.
Yeah.
And sort of these boulders, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah, hiding behind the chimneys. You can do well there. The real trick if you're team 1 and you know they're doing receive, is to make sure you don't... Oop, that's the wrong button. That one here. You gotta be... buttons. There we are. You gotta be careful about not overextending yourself too far beyond the point and ending up taking all the fire.
There's also, we saw this in, or we saw the Coyotes do this really, really well in the Divine match. There's a really nasty push here that if you try to push it, especially if you don't have the jump jets, you just get eaten alive by a range mech that's set up kind of here.
Yeah. Yeah, this range position over here, based around the Charlie 4 grid square, is very powerful if the other team is trying to take that western edge and doesn't notice and doesn't find themselves a new path very quickly.
Mm. And Kappa is our only point. We may see the teams ignore it and go for a fight, especially if the teams decide to do more of a range trade. But given the way these teams have been brawling so far, I mean, it's Div A. If there's a strat, they will probably know how to use it well.
Yeah.
This map does also reward Pop-Tarts, I think, just with the way the canyon walls are set up.
There are some options for pop-tarting there. Yeah. You could do it. I haven't seen pop-tarting on this map in a while. At least in comp. But that doesn't mean it can't be done.
We typically see Pop-Tart as a response to sort of range trading, right? The idea being
Yeah.
that you fire your PPCs or your Gauss rounds or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Pop-Tarts, your goal is to get that pinpoint front-loaded damage as a response to, laser
And the idea is
trade.
you're only a valid target for like a second or two of the laser burn.
Yeah. So they're using all the laser, all the heat, waiting on all that cooldown. And while they're still burning, you're off safe and getting ready to take your next shot.
Mm-hmm. And repositioning from behind cover.
Yes. Always reposition. Pop-tarting or sniping from the same spot over and over is usually not a good choice. They will find you.
Vile has locked up at 375 exactly, going for Bravo Charlie. Although, as we mentioned, that doesn't mean much.
No. Yeah.
Meanwhile, TOS Machina. If they don't go with the summoners, there is the speed. You could do like executioners for a speed brawl or gargoyles.
Yep. Gargoyles are a good choice here. Oh, they're bringing in Lermgod, who might live up to his name. This is a map you could certainly try to Lerm on.
ATMs exist.
ATMs exist as well, yeah.
We haven't seen any. Oh, both teams are locked up. Let's go. I was going to say that we haven't seen any Orions.
No, we haven't seen Orions, Gargoyles. We saw one Executioner in the duels, so those are still all valid. Alrighty. I'm here at Team 2, Sigma.
Yep. I'm heading over to Gamma side.
And I am seeing 3 Kolos, the Stone Rhino Hero, an Incubus, and a Shadow Cat.
I'm seeing 2 Mad Cats,
So
a Rifleman,
the Incubus,
a Stone Rhino, and an Incubus.
again, the 2 Flamers, machine guns, SRMs. Kolos are running large lasers, SRM 6s, and Hag 30s. Except for Lermgod here, instead he's got 2 LB20s, the 6 SRM 6s, and the 2 plasma cannons. Shadowcat, once again, 8P Gauss and plasma cannons.
So it looks like we have 3 traders coming out from Vile. They've got a Rifleman and 2 Mad Cats. Rifleman running Gauss rifles and ER larges. The Mad Cats running those with some backup weapons. And then they have Bowser and the Stone Rhino with 4 AC-10s and a plasma cannon. And the Incubus was also running a sort of a brawl deterrent build.
Yeah. We've got the Stone Rhinos running, well, trundling up the middle. And the mediums split to either side.
Yeah, Vile taking the right-hand side as well.
Yep. Navid and the Shadowcat getting a few shots off.
Oh, we have the first casualty from Vile. RIP the UAV. Which will actually keep it from spotting the Stone Rhino push.
Yep. Django off to the side, but he's a very brawl, counter-push type build.
Could be he's waiting for the Stone Rhinos to engage and then going to jump in for the flank. Like a very wide flank.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And it doesn't look like they've got anyone anywhere in a position to spot them.
This may actually
be
pure counter brawl though, because they've taken the cap point.
Yep. Navid taking the cap point to put a tiny bit of pressure on. It's not a lot, with it only being a 1 cap format here.
The big thing is these Mad Cats just do not have line of sight and do not have any sort of scout that could spot the Stone Rhino push here.
No. Going to be interesting to see if they can get all the way around without being noticed.
Would you see them? Oh, we see the Incubus creeping up here. They
Yep.
will probably spot this.
Yep. Salith is going to have to see this soon, I'd imagine.
Huh?
Or maybe not.
I don't know if they did. If they don't, the UAV that they dropped certainly will.
Yeah. And we've got Django over there in that Incubus. Looks like he's pulled them entirely out of position.
Yeah. The Incubus fight about to start.
Are some of those plasma PPCs getting flung across the map?
Yeah, both sides just sort of nervously, just sort of like wandering around, feeling each other out. Bowser takes a bit of damage.
Trading just a bit here. Those large lasers really coming through in the Hags. Still mostly chip damage.
Yeah, those Kolos is peeking up the hill, getting their shots, and then peeking back down.
Yeah, Kraz looks like he got punished a little bit on that last peak. Still at 90% though. And fairly well spread across the mech.
Yeah, those Stone Riders just have so much armor and structure to chew through.
Yeah.
Oh, we may see some action here. It looks like the Stone Riders are moving up the valley.
Waiting around that corner.
Yeah, airstrikes comes down. They're trading on to MechWarrior 414.
He is taking some good hits. Nothing open, even though he's at 75%.
Yeah. Bowser trades out with him. Chimera as well.
Bowser's got an arm open.
Looks like Chimera took the blunt of that shot from Gyatso.
Yeah. Saleth's trying to cover that flank. And JP just working on trying to get around. Trying to find somewhere where he can be effective.
Thing is, I'm not sure. Fidelis doesn't really just have to do anything here. They seem perfectly content to sit here and take the pot shots. They're winning most of these trades.
Yeah. They're winning most of the trades. They've got the point too. You know, that puts a little bit of pressure on. There's about another, I want to say 3 or 4 minutes before that becomes terribly pressing.
But like now, it's just having a great time pop-tarting in that little Shadow Cat.
Oh yeah. And let's see over here. Kraz in his Koloss has taken most of the damage.
Yeah, he's showing yellow.
He's showing yellow, but he's only got his right side torso.
Yeah,
Red armor on both sides.
Oh, Chimera kind of creeping over here for the flank.
Yeah, along with Seleth. Oofta. Pardon me. Had those letters turned around.
Yet another Artie strike comes down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kraz now fully open rear torso.
See if Chimera is able to find the angle here.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, yep. There was the shot. Oh, Chimera taking a tactical nap. Ooh, and getting hit in the head. That head hurt. That is open now.
Oh, and we have a leg fight. Django diving right into the back onto MechWarrior.
Seleth trying to get Kraz. Seleth pulling down Kraz.
Lermgod pushing up now. Chimera goes down. Bowser takes out Lermgod.
Yep. Seleth just running rings around Monk Gyatso while he takes shots from Bowser as well.
Django finally cleaned up MechWarrior 414. As it looks like the Incubi are just going to have a little knife fight.
Yeah. Looks like Django.
Tactical nap.
Django is lagged, but dies to the CT.
Looks like
Seleth also lagged the other one open. Navid in his Shadowcat here could, if he gets the shot, could take down Seleth. Fairly.
Oh, he is open both legs though.
Looks like Lizzie is coming over here in that rifleman to swap the point over. Looking at the math on this, I'm not sure if maybe Navid's going to try to hide and see if he can pick up the win on the tickets, or the point from the tickets. Maybe get another kill on something open.
Thing is, both Bowser's beat up, Lizzie's beat up. Pretty much the entirety of V1LE is beat up to some degree. And aside from his legs, Navid is fairly fresh.
Yeah, if he can find his angles and not break his ankles on the way back down if he's trying to Pop-Tart. Because Saleth up here by Theta already missing one leg.
Bowser's pushing up as well. Looks like they are going to try to take the fight to Navid.
Yeah, they want to get that other point for that last kill.
Mm-hmm.
Saleth moving down into cover.
So Lizzie has taken a fair bit of damage internally due to, it looks like, some back shots, but they still seem to have most of their armor, at least on the front.
Yeah.
So it could be that we see them leading the charge.
I would expect that. Could also be a little bit of cooking themselves. Let's take a look here. Is Navid's still powered up?
Yeah, powered up, but hiding in the nook of that rock.
Yeah.
As Bowser looking completely the wrong direction towards Gamma. Honestly, if anyone spots him, I think it's going to be Lizzie.
Yeah, Lizzie's going to have the best chance, but they're still going to have to... They're going to have to get to the other side of that rock to even have a chance. So as long as they stay on this ridgeline, I don't think they'll ever see. There we go. Lizzie going over here through the trash pile.
Yeah, exploring the junkyard. This is where I put all my takes.
Yeah. Lizzie's gotta find him if they're gonna stand a chance, because they have to kill him before they can grab the other cap points. Oh no. Oh no. That's the wrong way.
Lizzie just walks right past him. So let's look at Navid's paint job while we wait.
Yeah. I mean, some classic black and red.
Bullet holes artfully added by V1LE, contributing to the work.
Yeah. I don't think I saw anybody with any neat decals. I'll take another look at Lizzie here. Nice and purple. Purple, a very nice color. Saleth, if there was any paint there, it has been shot off and I can't see it anymore. Bowser's Stone Rhino had some greens and blues. Yeah, the new ruling from the other match I cast doesn't apply here because there has been kills, at least the way I read it.
My understanding of it was that if you win on caps, you just get 6 points.
It'll be interesting to see how. Yeah, I think that only applied if there were no kills at all, but I'm gonna have to reread that.
The important thing to mention here is we are not refs. We have no idea what the rules actually are, and we have no capacity to enforce them.
Yeah. I mean, once again, had I known this was going to happen,
The enemy
you know, I didn't
has
think we'd
enough
see this in a Div
resources.
A match, so I put my trombone away again. Oh wait, I've still got the mouthpiece. There you
No.
go. That's what you get.
As much as it doesn't make for good television, that was the correct play.
Yeah, I I agree that that was probably the right choice. So let's see here. Getting this scored out. So Navid, his team, Fidelis gets the cap point win and 2 kills, whereas Vile gets 4 kills. All right, I've got that scored on the sheet according to my best understanding. There have been some changes to the rules recently, so I'm going to reserve the right to be wrong on that one. But I don't think the new rule applies in this situation. Because there were kills and there were attempts to engage. But we'll have to see if anyone's going to contest that, and if they do, what the result of it is going to be.
Whew.
All right, and then did you swap the sides already and I missed it?
Yep.
Alrighty.
We have Fidelis Machina taking Team 1 for the final drop. Pile on Team 2. 450 tons. Honestly, I'm expecting to see 445, because I think the Shadowcat is just that good as a scout mech.
They haven't used all their Shadowcats yet, have they?
I haven't been keeping
I know
close
we've
track.
seen
I
a
believe they
few.
used 3.
Yeah, I didn't keep a log. Yeah.
Also, chat, we do apologize for the ads. We have no ability to run ads early or late so that they don't appear mid-match. And I think I managed to fix the white bar problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Lizzie just needed to keep going on that edge. But yeah.
You know, I wonder if, do you think Navid was watching their screen the entire time? Do you think they got up, made a cup of tea?
They could have.
You know, popped
There's
their book
one
out?
bit there when there was about 1:30 left where it looked like he either had his arms aimed, you know, as far depressed as possible, or maybe he actually powered down.
I think he is, in fact, powered down.
Yeah, we're gonna see here. Nobody seems to be getting ready too quick.
No. Fidelis Machina sitting at 440, which if they have used all their Shadow Cats.
That makes sense. That would give them they might have a Viper left, or
Didn't they
might
run
have
all 4
run
Vipers,
some
drop 1?
95. Could be an Arctic Wolf as well.
Yeah, I think they burned all 4. All 4 Vipers, drop 1. My headcanon, of course, is that Navid just went and made a cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You get thirsty doing this. But yeah, once again, the flukes of a one-cap tournament. Well, I wouldn't call it a fluke. I mean, that's well known to be an option.
It's a weird one. You hear people talk about the spirit of the rules versus the letter of the rules. As Fidelis Machina has locked up for drop 5 at 440 tons.
Yeah.
And for a clan tournament, you would expect the spirit of the rules is who cares, go kill each other. But you run into this thing where, okay, this is a competitive game. Teams are playing it to win, and sometimes the winning move is not to play.
Yeah. I mean, that did get him one more point for his team.
So I did parse the rules, and I do want to thank Tower Wazks. Apologies for the name butchering, just in general, but also yours specifically. It looks like Vile will be getting the full 6 points for that. Sorry, Fidelis Machina will be getting the full 6 points for that, and then Vile will be getting the 4 that they earned for the kills.
All right, yeah, I will update the sheet for that to reflect that interpretation then. If we could run the ads now, we most certainly would.
I mean, we could make up ads. Hostess fruit pies is always a popular one, I'm sure.
I mean, part of the banter of my team while we're in the lobby this year is making up ads for things. Although I don't think anybody wants to hear me say them out loud. Level already yelled at me for not being normal. At least once recently. Yeah. Let's see, both teams looking like they're going to be 440.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Similarly, as soon as we can, they're looking into ways to give us the ability to gamble the salt points. It's not currently set up such that streamers that have been asked to broadcast or given permission to broadcast on the channel can actually do it.
Yeah. Or run the ads. And I think that's an even...
I don't think there is any way for us to run ads on the channel without being logged into the actual NWO League's channel.
I think you're correct.
The next comp is Worlds, which will be the in-game Q1. I believe there's been some teasers posted from the tournament pack, and both teams are locked. Let's get into Drop 5.
Yeah, there's been some teasers for the TSP. The maps have been announced. We're working on the Worlds packet and making sure everything's in order. Going to get the invitationals ready. Should be a good series, I think. I'm looking forward to it. All right, I am here once again with Team 2, the red team. Looking at Bowser in a Stone Rhino, Rick Rom in a Stone Rhino, Chimera in the Axum. That Axum being 4 5s and 2 10s, all of those Ultras. Bowser, 2 large Pulse, 2 Hag 30s, Rick Rom, 4 AC 10, 3 Plasmas. Lizzie's picking up the Executioner we've been waiting to see all day. 3 ER PPCs, 10 ER Micros. And then I've got Salith here in the little Shadowcat.
So we have JP Django in the Shadowcat with AP Gauss and Plasma Cannons, Monkiatsu in a Direwolf Prime with Hag 60 ER Larges and ER Mediums. We have the Axum Legend with AC 5s and 10s, an Executioner running ER PPC and 10 Micros, and then finally a Direwolf W running 2 Gauss, 4 ER Large, and 9 Micros.
Oh yeah, they're using the Direwolf because they burned most of their Stone Rhinos in the last one, that's right. Lizzie trying to get up into one of those sniping spots we were talking about before on the hill, along with Bowser.
Django getting a bit of a scout and getting poked by some PPC fire for his trouble.
Selith taking a look over here by Epsilon, but deciding that wasn't promising.
Lizzie caught a face full of PPC fire, going down to 96% as the trades continue. Looks like Vile has abandoned their trading location and is pushing around towards Kappa.
Yeah. Chimera taking a few hits from across the map. Trying to trade back down to 95. Still just scattered armor damage, of course. Strikes trading. Lizzie taking a shot that might have been in the back there. Nope, nope. Still got the side torso.
Bowser getting his paint scratched quite a bit here.
Salith grabbing the cap to make sure they're not in that position again.
Oh, looks like Jiffy is taking quite a bit of fire, down to 75. Can you check what's open?
Yeah, give me just a second. I'll head on over there. Jiffy, of course, the Direwolf W. His rear left torso is open. And the rest of his rear armor is red. Doesn't look like it's taken any of the weapons off of him, though.
Django, able to push Bowser off, is going to have to call for some backup.
Pardon me. Monkiatsu crossing into the trench here. down at 80%. His back is fully open. That Direwolf Prime.
Rick Rom has taken a lot of damage as well. Looks like partially cooking himself, partially maybe some back shots.
Monkiatsu looks like he's taking another shot. Getting peppered with some PPC shots. Got hit by another strike. Both of his arms are open, and that left torso is now open front and rear.
Looks like he's also either taken some back shots or overheated a bit as he eats another arty strike.
Yeah. Jiffy comes over looking like he's going to support, but...
Both torsos open now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in a very difficult spot, and it'll be interesting to see if he can find a way to get out of there.
Bowser's not in much better of a spot, honestly. He's got a bit more CT armor, but he's getting peppered by JP Django.
Monkiatsu also really hurt down below 40%.
The trading has very much been in... Oh, well, never mind. Monkiatsu gets picked up by Lizzie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, it looks like the trading has very much been in Fidelis Machina's favor. Don't think anybody on Vile is more than 70%. Everybody's got something open.
Yeah. Django coming in from behind looking for those back shots on Bowser and Seleth. Oh, but he has been noticed.
Yeah. Rick Rom's trying to hold off 3 here. As JP Django is just making mincemeat out of the Stone Rhino and Shadowcat.
In that position just off of Theta. It's not necessarily going well. Django managing to avoid getting trapped. As you would expect from a Shadowcat getting chased by Stone Rhinos.
Oh, Rick Rom gonna get crept up on here.
What's left on Rick? Does he have... He can't have much left.
Open CT and right torso still got full weaponry.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, Kraz poked that corner and got punished for it.
Now it's still very fresh in that Executioner, though. And he's got those PPCs.
Yeah. Rick Rom halved. Staying there. Bowser taken out.
Yeah. Django finally able to peck him to pieces.
Django sneaking up behind. Now we've got the Shadowcat fight in the alley over here. Django taking down Seleth.
With a lot of ranged help. Whew. Django on the point. Looks like Lizzie and Chimera moving up to contest.
Oh, it looks like he got stuck on a rock there for a second. He
gets out of there with his legs intact, though.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's rolling up.
Little bit of banter between the teams.
UAV goes up, spots him out.
Yeah. UAV is getting shot down.
Oh, Grass here, taken out by Lizzie. Says no thank you to that particular corner push.
Yeah. Navid here is still probably the biggest danger to them right now.
Django and Jiffy may just end up Ships passing in the night here. Oh wait,
Yeah.
on the same team.
Yeah, Navi pushing. Oh no! Oh no, he's backing off. Well, Django's trying to pop away. Oh, Navid takes down Lizzie. What was that? Was that a CT? Nope, that was 2 side torsos.
Trading off with Chimera. Don't know if he wins that, per se.
Especially not with Django behind him as well.
Yeah, down he goes. And then Jiffy taking the cap.
Yeah. And since
Unlike
they've
last
made
time.
all the kills, they can go grab the other caps
Mm-hmm.
to make sure they don't end up behind.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
Yep, we've got Django grabbing
Resource point Theta is ours.
Theta, Navid heading over to, it looks like,
I think it's Gamma.
Gamma. Yep.
And the Django heading to Epsi.
Yep.
The match will end as soon as the 3 caps are taken, I believe.
Oh, I can't do this math in my head.
We have gained Epsilon.
It's either 3 caps or when the thing passes.
Yeah. Well, as long as the 3 caps would get them above the 230 by the end of the timer, they might have to go grab the 4th, and it looks like they're doing it just in case.
We have Gamma.
Yep, there we go. Took only 3.
So with the our updated understanding of the rules, what does that bring the score total to?
Give me just a second to update from this match, and I will let you know.
Almost 1,000 damage out of Chimera in the Stone Rhino. 954. Otherwise, very efficient game. And then, again, Django able to get 3 kills out of that Shadowcat, picking them apart.
Okay, so if I've done this right, I have Fidelis with 17 and V1LE with 23. Yeah, Chimera putting out 950, Lizzie getting 730. Lots of big damage numbers there.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it for us here on MechWarrior Leagues 2. I've been Zane from 2D20.
I'm Ralphie Nopants.
I don't believe there's any other streams scheduled for tonight or even for the weekend. But we will keep you all updated as we go into week 5. Final week of Tournament of Stars. Thanks for watching.
All right. Have a good day.